Pardon me. Can I say something, please?
What you got?
What is it, Miss Sonia?
I regret that I must return to this topic, but I just realized something concerning the night vision goggles.
I'm guessing the fact that Byakuya didn't have them on.
If Byakuya was indeed wearing those goggles, how did the killer manage to navigate in the dark?
That's also a good point, but that's because the killer was outside of the building.
You're right. They wouldn't have been able to see anything without the night vision goggles. But if the murderer had the goggles when they took the knife, then how did Byakuya see them?
Even if the knife bore some sort of mark, it would have been difficult to see it in that darkness.
Yes, well, I've got the answer to that. Now, the killer definitely used a mark. Because of this mark, the killer was able to get the knife from the table. It's the glowing paint.
I see! What if the glowing paint was the mark? With that, you'd be able to get the knife even in the dark.
Although, again, because of the way the tablecloth was and stuff, it'd be a little bit difficult to see it.
In actuality, the knife we found under the table and the duct tape stuck to the underside of the table were both marked with glowing paint, right?
Yes, that's true.
Does that mean the killer painted them in advance?
Apparently.
But painting them with glowing paint? It's as if they knew the blackout was going to happen.
It's not like they caused the blackout or something, is it? Oh wait, that's exactly what happened.
They had to have already known. That's why they used the glowing paint as a mark. Which means whoever set up the blackout is the killer.
Although again, not necessarily. Because I'm feeling like Nagito, having access to the building, set up the knife, set up the blackout, and was going for the knife. And Byakuya saw him. But then somebody underneath stabbed him. There's some details that I don't have yet that are rather pertinent to how that could have happened, but that seems to be rather likely. But then that means that, like, we gotta, if Nagito isn't the killer, but he was going for the knife, like he set up a murder scenario, then from now on, like, we gotta deal with the fact that Nagito was going to kill somebody.
That seals it. The killer is whoever was in the office with the circuit breaker.
Except the blackout was tripped from outside the circuit breaker room by overloading the...
Which means it was you, Peko Pekoyama!
I mean, it was suspicious, but no.
Peko killed poor Byakuya? Was this island not big enough for two glasses wearers?
You know, that is true. Are they the only two with glasses? I hadn't noticed that, but I guess so.
I am not the killer.
I'm starting to actually believe that some. Although, you still gotta explain where you were.
Oh, I guess she's not.
Akane. You can't just say, like, if somebody says, I'm not the killer, you can't just say, okay, well, I guess you're not the killer then. That's not how it works.
How can you believe her so easily?
Exactly.
But with Peko's height, I don't think she'd be able to reach the circuit breaker in the office.
To be fair, none of us would, which is why Monokuma had to get up there to turn it back on.
I don't care about a technicality like that. Peko's the one who tripped the breaker and caused the blackout.
Kazuichi! The technicalities are what's gonna keep us alive, because if you say, screw the technicalities, it was Peko, and it wasn't Peko because of that technicality, then we're all dead. Do you not understand this? tripping the breaker directly from the office. Pekka was the one who caused the blackout. Is that really what happened? No. Blue-colored weak spots, huh? Argue spots. Agree spots. Flip your way of thinking. So you're agreeing with something somebody says and backing it up. Interesting. Okay, I like that there's new mechanics. It is harder to keep track of now, but I do like it. Instead of arguing that the other person's testimony contains lies or mistakes, try the truth bullets that proves they're correct. When your truth bullets merge with their weakness, it will become a logically sound agreement. Makes sense? Isn't it a little hot in here? No, actually. In my room, it's actually kind of cool, which is less than ideal, but anyway. From now on, you must infer whether it's best to argue or agree to being based on what's being debated. I see. Well, I'd like to think I'm decent logically, so I should be all right. Yeah. It's been okay so far. I haven't messed up at all, but now it's getting harder. Oh, the accounts. Hang on, I need to look at the accounts. I can't right now.
Since Pekka was in the office,
But I'm gonna let this play through anyway.
she could have caused the blackout at any time.
That's impossible.
Huh? Why is it impossible?
Because I was not in the office.
We found that out.
Even before the blackout.
What happened to your guard duty?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, you weren't in the office? That's clearly a desperate excuse.
Okay. So what are the truth bullets? I had the accounts, right? So was it Ibuki's? Let's see, Ibuki's is just who talked. Teru's. See, that's kind of suspicious. The gas stove is powered by electricity, isn't? Chiaki, Zuichi. Oh. Is it Nekomaru's? Was she in the bathroom the whole time? But that doesn't make a whole lot of sense because didn't she leave like after he was talking about the bathroom not being open? I'm thinking it might be Kazuichi's to agree with her that she wasn't in the office.
Since Pekka was in the office, she could have caused
No, it's
the
got to be
blackout at any time.
Nekomaru's. She must have been in the
That's
bathroom.
impossible.
Huh? Why is it impossible?
Because I was not in the office. Not even before the blackout.
I agree with that. No, I think Pekka was telling the truth.
Don't tell me you're crushing on Pekko.
No. No.
It's nothing like that at all. Nekomaru's account is actually Pekko's alibi.
So I guess she did leave before this, then. Interesting.
It's true. Someone was occupying the bathroom for a long time shortly after the party started.
Yeah.
And it was finally freed up after Byakuya's body was discovered.
Yeah.
Then the person who was in the bathroom that whole time was actually...
Yeah.
Everyone else besides Pekka was in the dining hall after the party started, right?
Well, and Teruteru, and Chiaki, and Fuyuhiko, but continue.
I see. So there's no way anybody else could have locked themselves in the bathroom except Peko.
Yeah.
I guess that would be true.
You locked yourself in the commode? You should have said so earlier.
Yeah.
There's no way she'd actually say that. Gosh, you're so insensitive.
If she locked herself in the bathroom for that long, there's no doubt. Shit.
I can't even respond to that. Oh.
Oh, there's no way she'd admit it. There's no way she'd admit she was taking a shit.
Again, I can't respond. How many? Okay.
Hey, weren't you guys taught any basic manners, or were you raised in a locker room?
I mean, Nekomaru is like a sports coach, so.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. How about we stop talking about this and move on to something else?
Anyway, yes, I agree.
Don't worry, the smell wasn't that strong. I used the bathroom right after you, so you can trust me.
He's trying to make up for it. He's trying to make her feel better, but just move on, dude.
I said it's fine.
But still, you were in the bathroom for a really long time. Did you get food poisoning or something?
Are we really still going on? Okay.
As soon as I stepped into the office, I felt this sudden rush of pain in my stomach. Because of that, I was unable to leave the bathroom, including when the blackout occurred.
Yeah.
Hey, how did it feel to do your business in the dark? Did you get excited?
You really have no limits, do you?
Seriously, stop it.
Agreed. So just stop.
But still, your stomach pain. Was that really just a coincidence?
What do you mean, was it really just a coincidence? It's a fact that the bathroom was locked. You weren't there, so you wouldn't know, but it's a fact that the bathroom was locked during most of the party. Therefore, somebody had to be in there, and Pecco's the only one who it could have been. So.
Hey, what's the deal? Don't butt into other people's business, especially if you didn't do any investigating.
Thank you.
I'm only butting in because you fucking idiots are out of your element.
And you're not? You do this kind of thing on a regular basis as a Yakuza, do you? Is that what you're...
Stop this childish nonsense. Just what do you mean by coincidence?
Yeah.
What I mean is it possible someone slipped her some laxatives?
Okay, you know what? I take back my insulting remarks earlier. And, that's a good point. I hadn't even considered that, but that's a good point.
Laxatives?
If so, the killer could have tripped the breaker as soon as that girl left the office, don't you think?
Yeah, but I don't think the killer actually tripped the breaker in the office. I think it was set up so that a bunch of electrical stuff would turn on at once and cause a blackout.
I see. That might have happened.
The question is whether Pekka's stomachache was a coincidence or if someone intentionally caused it. Depending on the answer, the outcome of this trial could change drastically. Knife, AC timer. AC timer. I'm gonna have that one up.
Did you eat anything weird?
I don't remember eating anything weird.
She barely ate anything at all.
Now that you mention it... You brought food to the office, right?
Although that's true, she was the only one.
Just a little bit from the dining hall.
There might have been some laxatives in it, don't you think?
Taro cooked the food. How suspicious!
I wouldn't do anything like that. Laxatives would ruin the taste.
Besides, if there were laxatives in the party dishes, everybody would have done it. Everybody would have been pooping. Well, like, assuming, but, see, the only other people that ate anything were Byakuya and Akane, but then that means Akane at least should have been feeling the laxatives. And she was not, so...
Did you eat anything weird?
I don't remember eating anything weird.
Now that you mention it... You brought food to the office, right?
Just a little bit from the dining hall.
There might have been some laxatives in it, don't you think?
Well, let's try it.
No, that's wrong.
Yeah. That makes sense, because everybody was
It's impossible
going
that
to eat.
laxatives were slipped into the food in the dining hall.
Yeah, everybody was going to eat that food. Nobody else got a chance to, but everybody else was going to eat that food. And if everybody else did, then we all would have been feeling it.
Because Pekka wasn't the only one who ate that food.
Exactly.
Akane ate some of it too.
If the food had laxatives in it, I'm pretty sure Akane would have had stomach issues as well.
Exactly.
I feel totally fine.
Like I said, the dishes are innocent. Don't go making weird accusations.
I apologize for causing a scene.
Fuyuhiko should apologize, not you. He's the one who made the laxative accusation.
And isn't that slightly suspicious?
What the fuck did you say, bitch?
I'm just not gonna say anything. I'm just not gonna say anything.
Cease this bickering.
Thank you. Thank you. She's the one that can shut everybody up.
Let's just dismiss Pekko's stomachache as a coincidence and go back to discussing the blackout.
Yes.
Yeah. We already know that, you trashy skank. You don't have to tell us.
And you know, I hate Hyoko and Fuyuhiko so much. They're probably going to be two of the ones that survive in the end. Of course, probably, hopefully, they'll go through big character arcs and actually become sympathetic, but
Trashy skank?
like, look, Hajime is standing right next to it. If that were me, I'd like smack her upside the head. But there's more important things to worry about than Hyoko and Fuyuhiko calling people names, such as not letting the rest of us die, except the person what killed Byakuya. Anyway, as long as the murder happened during the blackout, then the blackout itself is what's actually important. So we need to make it clear how that blackout occurred.
Who tripped the breaker and how did they do it? If you can't answer that, I'm gonna bop you on the head.
I'm gonna bop you on the head.
Did they throw a stone and hit it?
No.
Maybe they used a remote control?
No.
They probably messed with the breaker.
No.
It does not have to be the breaker. They may have tampered with the power supply and transmitters.
Maybe they caused a
Yes.
power surge?
Yes.
I bet it's really Monokuma's fault.
No.
By the way, I'm not a trashy skank.
Huh. See, and that's why you let those play through at least once, because otherwise you'll miss some extra dialogue at the end, and they can be pretty fun. Anyway. Yeah.
Who tripped the breaker and how did they do it? If you can't answer that, I'm gonna bop you on the head.
Did they throw a stone and hit it?
Maybe they used a remote control?
They probably messed with the breaker.
It does not have to be the breaker. They may have tampered with the power supply and transmitters.
Or maybe they caused a power surge?
I agree with that.
I've had
Just
a
as Mahiru said, the blackout was caused by a power surge.
yes. I've had a perfect run so far. I can't wait to ruin it at the end.
Of course, that's not a coincidence. Someone caused it intentionally.
Like I said, someone caused it intentionally.
Which is why those 3 irons were arranged to cause the blackout.
And also, the air conditioners.
When you found them right after the blackout, the irons were still on, right?
So by leaving those irons on in the storage room, they deliberately caused a power surge.
But 3 irons is not enough. They also had to turn on the AC and probably do some other stuff.
Yeah. It seems that's how the killer caused the blackout.
Stupid fool!
Oi!
Hold on a second, let me speak too!
What the heck?
You say the irons in the storage room were used to trigger the blackout?
Parsley, yes.
That's inexcusable!
What? Why? Okay, hang on. AC timer, probably, but hang on.
If the
Okay. Overturn. No, fast forward is control. That's good. Right. Okay. I don't know how to do the proper the directions to cut through these, but
then for the killer to turn the irons on, you're saying they went all the way to the storage room? Then that means everyone who was in the dining when the blackout occurred can't be a suspect.
I can't back down!
button mash.
No, just because people were in the dining hall doesn't mean they're not a suspect.
But the people in the dining hall weren't able to cause... If the irons caused the black, then the killer had to go to the storage room before that and turn on the irons. Now do you intend to take back what you said?
Shouldn't be the only reason.
People in the dining hall weren't able to cause the... If the irons caused the blackout...
There we go.
Allow me to cut through those words!
Okay, I'm figuring it out
Just
now.
one reason the blackout occurred, but they weren't the direct trigger. The direct trigger was when the air conditioners in the dining hall and office clicked on.
Indeed.
Air conditioners!
Yes.
The timers for both air conditioners were set to 11:30 p.m.
11:30 p.m. Mr. Ham-Hands died around that time too!
Yep.
I see. When the timers activated the air conditioners, the breaker was tripped and caused a blackout.
Yep.
I see. I understand. Indubitably.
Yep.
Indubitably?
They probably checked the old building's energy usage in advance and used the irons to nearly max it out.
And who could have possibly checked the old building's energy usage in advance? Nagito, the person who was alone in there all day.
So once they set the air conditioner's timers, they just had to wait until they started up on their own.
Yeah.
If so, even if Pekka was in the office, it still would have been possible to cause a blackout, indubitably.
Yes. Indubitably.
Miss Sonia, not you too.
Indubitably. I can say it as well.
Regarding the energy usage, they probably asked Monokuma about it.
Or Monami.
Dun dun dun! Is she right? Such a hateful bear! You deserve to die 1,000 deaths!
That's kind of harsh, Monami. Aren't you the one who didn't even like to use the word death at the beginning of the game? Although you're not entirely wrong.
1,000, you say? If I died that many times, I might really stay dead, you know?
Shut up! You guys just stay quiet!
I like how she's telling the people running this place to shut up so that we can figure out what's going on. I like you.
I couldn't have prevented the blackout even if I was in the office. But even so, I feel regret. If I was in the office, I could have reset the breaker in time. And maybe the murder wouldn't have occurred.
Maybe, but that's still assuming you could reach it, and we kind of established that none of us could reach it.
No, the breaker in the office was built into a high area of the wall that's impossible to reach.
Exactly.
Resetting the breaker in that darkness would have been impossible, no matter what.
Yeah.
Sounds like you don't need to blame yourself.
What's this? Fuyuhiko being nice?
Even so, the killer is so sly. I'm starting to worry we may never actually find them.
Well, we haven't gone through everything yet. So...
It's alright. You don't have to worry.
And besides, Monokuma won't end the trial until we're ready to vote, so... we can be at this for like 6 hours if we need to.
Because they're just a petty killer, right? They can't defeat symbols of hope like you guys.
Okay. First of all... okay. Yes. The way that's worded, as well as the way it was delivered, it makes it sound like maybe Byakuya and Nagito had a plan to come in, Nagito would kill Byakuya, and then we would discover that it was Nagito. But surely that would make things worse, though, if, like, Nagito, of all people, was the killer, but then what I'm thinking is that, like, they set this up to give us hope that we can get through this, that we can figure out anything that happens and we can get through it. And also possibly that plays into the fact that this is all not actually real. This is all a simulation. This is all not actually happening. And that's why they're doing this, because they know they won't die. And the idea is, and they know that nobody else will die. But it's to give us hope that we can solve anything that comes up and survive. If that makes sense, right? That's what I'm thinking. I could be totally wrong, but that line right there, especially how he delivered it, slightly suspicious. Huh? Exactly. Even Hajime's suspicious.
There's no way everybody will lose now. This little incident will just be a stepping stone for you all.
Yeah. Even Hajime's suspicious now. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
In the end, Hope always wins. That's what I believe.
Nagito? What happened to you?
Yeah, what's going on? Oh man, this is. I have.
Huh? What do you mean?
Did his voice change?
Well, you have been saying this whole time that there's no way a killer could be among us.
Exactly.
Oh, is that so? Well, let's just put that minor detail aside for now and talk about the incident.
What are you up to? What are you up to? What are you up to? What are you doing? But it could have been. Well, okay, no, hang on, because this is something that I noticed before. I didn't mention anything about it. But if you go through Ibuki's account, okay, Nagito does say one thing, but it's just ow. Okay, so we did hear him say something, so he was there. So I guess he couldn't have gone around the outside and stabbed Byakuya from underneath. But still, what is he up to? What is going on with you?
For now, we found out how the blackout occurred. But the question is, who caused it, right?
Right? And, could it possibly be, I don't know, the person who was alone in the building all day?
Anybody could have hid and set the timers for the air conditioners.
But it seems most likely that the person who was alone in the building all day did it.
Setting up the irons in the storage room could have been done before Byakuya set foot in the old building.
Same thing with the knife. And who would have had an opportunity to get in there before Byakuya set foot in the building? Why, you.
What a shame. Any one of us is capable of that.
But not every one of us was in there.
What are you implying?
He's just saying, after all this time, we still haven't made any progress.
What is this music? I mean, we kind of hadn't made any progress. We have established that it can't be Pekko. We have established that it cannot be Pekko. And presumably, Motomi can back up Chiaki not being it either, because they were together watching out for Monokuma. So it can't be those two. It could be anybody else, but it can't be those two. So
Even though we have been arguing for so long?
Unfortunately, it's the truth. Despite the fact that we've discussed this at length, there's not even one clue that leads to the killing.
at least not that we've discussed, but that doesn't mean it's not there.
But that might be because there's no way any of us could be a killer.
Okay, so you're going back to this now.
You're changing your story again?
What is up with this guy? I joked at the beginning that he was he was going to be our best bro until he inevitably betrays us. Is this already the inevitable betrayal of Nagito Komaeda, or is he just being weird?
Anyway, I have an idea about what we all should do at this point. Has anyone thought about our situation like this? Instead of surviving by doubting others, isn't it better to get killed for believing in others?
Okay, so that's what he's up to. He's like, let's not doubt each other. Let's refuse to vote and all get executed because we chose to believe in one another. Okay, Nagito, if you are Makoto, you learned nothing from the first game. if you're not Makoto, then you're just an idiot. Right? I get wanting to believe in others. I get it. I agree with that. But clearly in this situation, somebody killed somebody else. And I don't know about you, but I'd rather not die as well because somebody else killed somebody else. And I'm sure most of the other people here feel the same way. I get what you're trying to do. I get what you're trying to say. But now you're acting like Monomi. Right? And Monomi's, like, is already being dumb. Like, she's, like, just refused to play along with this at all. Like, clearly one of you killed another one of you, but don't believe that because that's bad. You shouldn't doubt each other. And I'm not okay with this, you know? I liked you at the beginning, but now you're just being dumb.
Doesn't that mean... Are you saying we should all just give up and die?
That's what he's saying, yes, and I disagree.
Nagito, there's definitely something wrong with you.
Yes. It's almost like he's being controlled or something.
You guys only think there's something wrong with me because there's something wrong with you.
It's like he's being controlled or something.
Suspecting each other like this. There's no way that's healthy behavior.
You know? No. See, look, think about this, okay? If he's the one that killed Byakuya, which I find highly unlikely simply because of the logistics of him being able to do it. But isn't this a powerful move for the killer? Like, it's kind of dumb, but it's like a huge power move. Like, let's not doubt each other. We can't afford that. We should all just give up and die. Except I'm the only one who's gonna escape if we do that. So this way you avoid, like, you avoid a whole bunch of the trial, and you're just like, well, let's just skip voting. Let's just say, we're all gonna die. But then I'm the one that's actually not going to die because I'm going to escape because I'm the one that did it. It's crazy and stupid. But it's crazy and stupid enough that in a certain situation it just might work. But no, I don't think he's the killer. I just think he's being stupid. I think because there was also the suggestion that Nagito and Byakuya set this whole thing up. If that's the case, then like Nagito is the one, or I don't know. Because I was gonna say he was the one that was like controlling Usami or something. I don't know how, but he's sounding a lot like Usami, so I don't know, man.
Let's stop this already. We don't have to find out who the killer is.
We do, though.
I can't stand this anymore. I don't want to do this to my friends.
Okay, now this is interesting. This could possibly show that this is Makoto, and he's just freaking out because he's having, like, hardcore PTSD from the first game, and doesn't want to go through this again. And that I can understand, and that I can forgive. But you're still being stupid, man. Put yourself together. We gotta do this.
I don't want to do this either.
Me too! Please, take me home already!
Guys, come on. We can't just give up. Alright, Mikan, you want to go home. giving up and dying is not going home. It's giving up and dying. If you want to get out of here, we gotta work together, find out who the killer is, and then figure out a way to escape.
I want to go home and eat candy. Stop it. If everyone acts like this, I'm gonna...
Pull yourselves together, people.
Everyone calm down.
Exactly. Just everybody take a breath. Calm down. And let's get through this. Because, like it or not, one of us killed Byakuya. Right? Now, maybe the rest of you don't care that much about Byakuya, but I, for one, want to know... I hit the microphone. Want to know who the was, what could have done that. Because, at the very least, I don't want that person to escape and go back into the world. Right? I mean, ideally, I would prefer, like, if this were in a real society situation, obviously this person ought to go to jail and not just be straight up executed for one murder, but we don't really have that option, and if this person, if whoever it was, does get away with it, like, the proper police, the real police, if they even exist, though, because there's that whole thing about the ultimate despair taking over the world or whatever from the first game. Anyway, there's no way that justice is going to be served for them if they escape here. And while straight up execution, like what Monokuma is going to do, may not be entirely just, it's the best we're going to get. So... yeah. So at the very least, I, for one, would not want to let a murderer get away with it. Just in general. Like, if you have the opportunity to figure out who murdered someone, or to let them get away with it. Right? Don't let him get away with it. Anyway.
We're all friends, aren't we? There's no way one friend would murder another.
There's every way. At least two people here are not acting like friends to anybody. You know, Kyoko and Fuyuhiko are being mean to everybody. Like, they are not acting very friendly. So at the very least, not all of us are friends here, Nagito.
Then why did Byakuya die?
Exactly.
Who cares? Let's just give up already.
See, and I can believe that Makoto from the first game would end up this way if he were put into a second killing game. He would end up being, like, depressed and apathetic because he doesn't want to see it happen again. He saw it happen before. He watched his friends kill each other. And, like, some really messed up ones, too. Like, Sayaka and Leon. First of all, Sayaka was trying to kill Leon first. She failed, got hurt, locked herself in Makoto's bathroom, and then Leon comes back and finishes her off. Then later, Mondo, who was really seemed to be a very, like, good, honorable person, right? And one of the strongest people there, bashes Chihiro, who's the smallest person there, the only person smaller than Makoto was at the time, bashes Chihiro's head in with an exercise weight out of anger. Right? He blacks out from rage before he does it. So it was kind of an accident. Still killed Chihiro. And then, you know, Hifumi, who was a pretty friendly guy, pretty good guy, kills Kiyotaka, who was also a pretty good guy. Like, he was a, you know, upstanding, like, you know, he's the ultimate moral compass. Hifumi bashes Taka over the head with a giant wooden hammer and kills him. And then Celeste, who got Hifumi to kill Taka in the first place, then smacks him with a giant wooden hammer and kills him. And that one, like, Hifumi, like, Makoto actually watched Hifumi die. He watched him die. And that's not even mentioning the fact that he watched Leon get baseballed to death. He watched Mondo get turned into butter. He watched Junko get impaled with metal rods. Junko, quote unquote. Who watched Hifumi die. He watched Celeste get run over by a fire truck. Right? And then after that, Sakura poisons herself to prevent the rest of who's left from like killing each other over her being the spy. She poisons herself to remove that conflict from the group. He's seen some stuff. And to be put back in a situation like that again, and then especially to have one of your friends from that, if this is really what's going on here, have one of your friends from that first situation that came with you get killed as the first one. It makes sense that he would be so depressed, so apathetic to the whole situation. He just wants to give up and die already. He doesn't want to go through it again. But, on the other hand, like, Nagito, buddy, you don't get to make that decision for everybody else. Right? Hajime, at least, and seemingly Ibuki, also, at least, don't want to just die. But if enough of you decide that you don't want to participate in it, all of us are going to die. Except whoever it was that actually killed Byakuya. So, just shut up and let the people who are still in their right minds figure this out so that we can survive, okay?
There are no clues that lead to the killer anyway. Not a single one.
I disagree. Now, and the way that line is delivered, I wonder if he really could have killed Byakuya somehow as a way to, like, and it was planning to do this, like, well, there's no clues that lead to the killer, so let's just give up and all die. Except then if he was the one who killed Byakuya, then he wouldn't die, and he would have to live with that.
That's wrong.
Thank you. Thank you, Chiaki, thank you.
I think.
Yes, you're absolutely correct.
Did you say something?
Yes. Back off.
Cause we've already found a clue that might point to who the killer is.
Such as.
You know who the killer is?
The killer? I don't know. But we do have a clue about a suspicious person. I think.
Lay it on me, because I haven't put it together yet, so.
I see. Then care to tell me, what's this clue you're talking about?
First of all, let's try thinking about how the killer was able to obtain the knife during the blackout.
The glow paint.
Didn't we already cover that? They use glowing paint as a mark.
Yeah. But how did they see it under the tablecloth?
No, not that. I mean before that.
Before. She asking how the killer got close to that table? Like if Nagito was cleaning in there, how'd they get under there? So it had to have been Nagito that put it there then. Right? Because otherwise he would have seen them. I see where she's going. Even if they had to obtain the knife by relying on the glow from the paint in order to do that, they needed to get close to that table while it was still dark. That's true. That's true, I suppose. They would have to have found the table where the thing was. I guess what they're saying is, like, because you couldn't see the glow in the dark because of the tablecloth, they would have had to be close, have to get close enough to the table to find where it is so that they could lift up the tablecloth and find it.
Let's try examining the situation. My hero's diagram might be useful here.
The diagram of where everyone was standing before the blackout, right? Here it is.
It was Nagito, wasn't it? Yeah, Nagito was right there. As well as Hajime. Hajime was also quite close to it. Oh, I have a message. I have a message. I don't know if this is going to show up in the recording. Alright. Back to it. Just as I thought, this diagram is the clue. Who the killer is and how they were able to move to the table in the dark. It's clearly shown in this diagram. First, we need to discuss how the killer was able to move to that table in the dark. The killer probably used something to help them move in the dark. Ugh. Uh-oh. Oh. Hang on. The lamp cord. They could have felt their way along it.
Here!
Aha!
The killer must have used the desk lamp to move to that table in the dark.
The desk lamp? I hope you don't mean they turned on a light or something.
No, but the cord leads directly to the table.
There was a blackout. There's no way the killer could have used the desk lamp.
Not only they used the desk lamp's light, but they used the power
I
cord.
can prove it with this. They didn't turn the desk lamp on. They used its power cord.
Power cord?
They could have felt their way to that table using the power cord, right?
Exactly. And who was right there next to the power cord? Why, it was you, Nagito.
By doing that, the killer was able to move to the table and use the glowing paint to find the knife.
And there's only one person here who could have done that.
Yep. Do I get to pick?
Who?
I get to pick. The other person here could have possibly done it. Is... yeah, boy.
You're the only one! Nagito, it was you, wasn't it?
But he did not kill Byakuya because the knife wasn't used to kill him. But now we gotta live with knowing that Nagito was trying to kill somebody.
Me?
judging from everyone's positions before the blackout, the only person near the power cord was you.
Exactly.
Which means the only one who could have felt their way to the table using the power cord was Nagito!
Yeah.
That's just a coincidence.
Is it really? See, and again, I don't believe you killed Byakuya. But I do believe that you were going for the knife to kill somebody. And Byakuya stopped you, but somebody else stabbed him. But who could have done that?
But still, you had a chance, right? A chance to hide the knife under the table?
His chance to hide the knife under the table was when he was cleaning.
Let's see. Nagito, weren't you cleaning the dining hall all morning? If so, you would have had a chance to hide the knife.
Yeah.
That's...
True.
You factor in the power cord and the time you spent cleaning. You're the only one who could have done it.
Seriously? That's all just a coincidence.
I disagree, but if you have some way to prove it.
If it was just one coincidence, it'd be fine. But when it's one right after another...
Exactly.
I wonder, is something like that even possible?
Could it be? Did you give yourself cleaning duty on purpose so you could hide the knife under the table?